Good afternoon. This is Ivan O'Mara. Hi, did you get your check? No. Canada Post is on strike. So I have to wait until the strike is over. Once the strike is over, I'll now get my check. So I might get it either maybe tomorrow or Friday. I only have enough for a pack of smokes tomorrow. So if I don't get it Friday, I'll have no smokes. Obviously, but I might ask to do stuff around the house for maybe $15. So I can get a pack of those on Friday, but you still have Saturday, Sunday. Mail doesn't come in on weekends, right? Yeah. Just came back from Dinty's. Today was busy, man. There were 2 dishwashers, so I had help. I did a lot of prep work today, all that stuff, right? Hope you guys enjoyed the snippets of my book. I'm not showing you guys anymore, but I won't spoil the story for you, man. Alright, what are you eating? I'm eating fries with ketchup and mayonnaise. I recommend you guys try fries with ketchup and mayonnaise. And at McDonald's, try the fries with ketchup and mac sauce. It's so good. I don't know, you bluffing, man. What you show is really right there. Yeah, guy. I wrote that with no help, guys. I'm not lying. It's all Ivan O'Mara. Ivan, you are giving. Yes, I am. I have to give that. I'm going to give him. So, yeah. Ivan, that scene when Tactics was talking about like the North and the South, is that one of your big scenes in volume 2, X of Savage? No. That scene, the scene when the civilian was talking to Elizabeth, that was not a big scene at all. But it's still entertaining enough to keep you turning the page, obviously. You have Danish food? I haven't had Danish food. Are you going soon as the Ivan? Nah, I'm gonna take a day off. Tired, man. The day I walked to work, man. Coming back home, I got a ride. I woke up in the morning, I had to walk to work. 40-minute walk to work, man. It's fucking long. Yeah. 40-minute walk. No, Dindy's is like a 35-minute walk around there. 36-minute walk. 36 to 40-minute walk. It just depends on your speed, right? That was good. So I was just, man, how do you do it, man? How do you make your book feel like not normal, man? Like your book is not normal, and all these books are all like regular and normal, man. How the fuck you do it? It's a heavenly gift, guys. It's part of my creativity and my flow of my brain, right? I have the gift, obviously. Don't hang this in there. What you guys read, so were you guys hooked? Yeah, I was hooked. Yeah, those are not even my big scenes. Well, the one scene I showed you with the hostile crowd, that's a big scene. I showed you quite a bit of that scene a couple months ago with the hostile crowd. I didn't show you the whole thing, obviously. But the scene was this lady's talking to Elizabeth. That's not one of my big scenes. And yet when you read it, you're still hooked, turning the page because my book is a masterpiece, man. Xanus is money, man. It's money. You know, God gave me each all the gifts to be successful in this world. Obviously. You know, Ivan, you're fucking gifted. You can do apologetics. You can rap. You know what I'm saying? You could do stand-up comedy. You can write books. Yes, I have all the gifts. Obviously. I have all the gifts, I'm saying. Uh, Ivan, you're cocky, man. You really think your book will be a public embarrassment? Yes, it will. Because no author kept the reader hooked the way Ivan did, man. All these books are normal compared to my book. They're not. My book is not a normal book, man. It's a unique story. And it's very entertaining, and the characters jump on the page left and right. All these other big fantasy authors, they're writing amazing books, but you don't get the same feeling. It feels dry, more dry, honestly. It doesn't feel like life has a brain to the characters when you read it. Yeah, because all those famous fantasy authors are much smarter writers than even me. All these authors. They know all these big words. they the way they describe the world building is beautifully written with all these big poetic words, and some of the words I don't even understand. But like, even though they have better choice of words, richer dialogue and all stuff, the story still is not as entertaining. It feels dry. It feels normal. Ivan's book, you get a different feeling. It doesn't feel normal. You feel like you feel like it's a different feeling. Yeah, Ivan, like I know what you're saying, man. It's a different feeling when I read your book, man. Like the characters just come alive on a page. How the fuck you do that, Ivan? It's a gift, man. It's a heavenly gift. Like I can't tell you my secret, right? My secret sauce to writing like that, for writing like that. It's just part of my DNA. It's part of my genes. And it's just a gift, right? Just like Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby do godlike stuff on the ice. Some fans ask them, how the fuck are you able to do all that stuff? Well, for one, they work very hard, obviously. They train everything, and they're just born with the gift of being amazing hockey players. It's part of their gift, right? We have a similar situation with me. I was born with a gift. I'm just able to write an amazing story and have my characters jump on the page. Yeah. Yeah. He's Ivan. I love you, but I know, sweetie. I want a masterpiece, man. How much you have your book, by the way? I made like $25 million. You made $25 million on your book. I go, yeah, I did. She's like, holy shit. Ivan, you won the lottery with that money. I know. Are you gonna share that with me, Ivan? Are you gonna share that with me, sweetie? You're gonna share that with me, honey? You know, so I'm like, yes, VJ, I will. Relax, man. Calm down, you fucking evil woman. Yeah, man. I'll share the money with you. Chill. Calm down, Samsara. Oh. Just relax and calm down. Yeah. Well, you think you'll make more than 30 billion? Perhaps, maybe, if more than like. There's only 1.5 billion English-speaking people in the world, but most of those are kids. So every family only has to buy one ebook. Because when you buy one ebook, you can just get a USB and share the file. Or everyone in the house will buy their own copy of the ebook. It's up to you. But I'm probably going to sell maybe no higher than 1 billion copies sold. 1 billion copies sold, I'll make like my 25 billion around there. 20 something billion. Maybe even 28 billion I make off the book. Closer to 30. Yeah. Zara? And VJ wants a piece of, yeah, I want a piece of your billions, Ivan. I don't know, your 25 billion book, I want a piece of it, Ivan. She knows with that money you can live a life in the personal life, and she can achieve her dreams, her career goal dreams with you, VJ. Yeah, I want to do a dream album with Ivan, and I want to be a famous movie star with Ivan, and with $25 billion, I can achieve that dream, yeah. And you can achieve the dream with your personal stuff with Ivan, too. Like owning your $1 billion house, owning your 2 jets, like Incredibles, your yachts, getting your nice clothes, your high-end cars, $500,000, $1 million cars. Yeah, Victoria Justice, travel on will say the best suites, limo services, drivers. Victoria Justice must live that amazing life for me, man. Having our own hair designers and everything, yeah. BG wants to live that life for me. That's why she cries. She's crazy. I don't take her seriously because she's gonna keep fucking those guys after she cries. That's why I know you, BJ. The chick I did these work day. I talked to her quite a bit today, like 3 times. 3 times I talked to her today. I actually talked to her. Yeah, she still works there. She got her other job, but she's part time at Denty's, honestly. She works. She told me she works weekends. So that's the thing. She works weekends. Yeah. Yeah. Are you going swimming today? No, I'm not. I'm gonna take the day off. I'm not going swimming today. My 45th day going swimming. I'll go tomorrow though. We'll go swimming tomorrow. I hope my check comes in Friday, man. Because right now Canada Post is on strike, so I didn't get my check yet. My $130 check I didn't get yet. I need that money. I need to get my smokes. Yeah. Why, if you need a smoke every day, yeah, I need a smoke every day. If I don't have a smoke, I can get depressed and it drives me crazy, obviously. The smoking helps me with the stress, man. That's why I need a smoke every day. Yeah, it helps me with the stress. That's why the gays won't enjoy your brand, Ivan. Because they know you were a masterpiece. They know you were a masterpiece. Yeah. That's why the gays won't enjoy your brand, Ivan. Yeah, man. I will really be a public embarrassment. Well, you guys read Simmons in my book, and when I showed you guys, is it an embarrassment? Yeah, Ivan, it's an embarrassment. Your book is like, your book is not normal. Like these books are all like regular compared to your book. Your book is irregular. Their book is regular. Yeah, their books are normal compared to my book. Why is my book not normal? Because I have the heavenly gift. The gift I have is not from here. It's from a different realm. It's from the heavens. That's why my book is not normal when you read it. It's a fucking masterpiece when you read it. Yeah, man. That's why it's overwritten. That's what Breeze I. This is Brother of the Rings, though. I know Breeze Brother of the Rings. I'm saying it's Brother of the Rings. I is Lord of the Rings and like Stormlight Way of Kings and like Game of Thrones and Harry Potter. Are those books higher quality than your book? In terms of the choice of words, the richness of the words, the richness of describing the world building, much more higher quality than my book. Because I'm a very simple writer. But in terms of entertainment and the presence of the characters on the page, it's not as high quality. As you guys read my book, yeah, even when you describe stuff, you're very simple, but like I'm still more entertained reading your book than I am reading these books. I just get a different feeling. It feels fresh, and the characters jump on a page. It's not normal, Ivan. Like, how the fuck you do that? It's a gift that I have, guys. My father gave me the gift. Don't hate him. Yeah, my father gave me the gift. There you go. My father gave me the gift. It's a gift that I have. Ivan chose why I'm being no, guys. 0. I'm not showing what I'm doing. I won't spoil story for you, man. See what I mean? Read my book. I won't spoil story for you, Sarah. Yeah. Ivan, serious man, did you have help writing your book? No, guys, I did it all on my own. My younger brother just polished my manuscript in terms of proofreading, but he didn't fix my story. The story is 100% Ivan Amera. No help. Whereas all these authors, they have help. They have the best editors in the business who polish up their writing. I did everything myself, and my book is still better than their book. But because I did everything myself, you do catch a bit of stiffness and rawness in some of my dialogue. As you guys read Sims of my book, yeah, Ivan. When I read Sims of your book, there is a few stiffness in some of your dialogue, but it's still fucking entertaining. Yeah, it's highly entertaining. Like in that scene that I showed you guys 2 days ago, when Papari was sweating, he was sweating because of Belle. That's a little bit raw when you read that description. Yeah, a little bit raw, but it still works. It's still entertaining. It's amazing. I mean, yeah, the book's amazing. Amazing book. He's horrid gardening clothes. Yeah, I said, yeah, your book is amazing. Yeah, the woman characters are jumping on the page. They're amazing characters, the woman characters. My book, obviously. Lithia, Belle, Mary. Amazing characters. My book. And you think you will go book touring for your book? I most like, yeah, I most likely will. The book tour would not be as crazy as the movie world tour, but like the book tour is just me and VJ traveling, obviously. But I might have to hire a manager to manage my schedule, or VJ can just help me out. Me and VJ can do the schedules ourselves. VJ, no, we don't need to hire a manager. We can handle it ourselves. They just tell us where we speak. We can manage it ourselves. I mean, yeah, VJ can help me out with that, with the book tour. Whereas for the world tour, I have my head of production, my Hollywood head of production, who will help me out. The schedule, obviously. My presidents handle the money stuff. I give them my business card. The presidents handle the money stuff for the world tour. For the movie, right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you saying George? Yeah, George R. R. Martin, J.K. Rowling, Brandon Sanderson, Stephen Erickson, Robert Jordan, Tad Williams. These are all great fantasy authors, right? They had help from the best editors in the business to polish up their manuscript. Was Ivan did everything himself. That's why even though my book is better than their books, it's you get more stiffness in some of the dialogue, the rawness in some of the dialogue, because I don't have an editor to polish up my writing. But I'd rather keep my rawness in there and have it be 100% my DNA than have someone ruin my story. Right, some Sarah? Yeah. Because I'm very protective of my Xanus book. When I wrote that masterpiece, I don't want anyone ruining my story. I mean, hence why for editing, for all my books, I know you say you will never let a developmental editor touch any of your books. No. I have the gift. I know I don't struggle with the story. I can write an amazing story. Just fix up my spelling, punctuations, grammar, and sentence structure. The story don't touch. Because I want it to be 100% my idea. I don't want anyone ruining my story. There you go. Because all these authors, the editors do touch their story. And they edit quite a bit of it. Maybe 25% of it they edit. They polish it up. So even though they wrote it, it's not like 100% theirs, right? It's their book, but they had help. That's my point, right? With the professional editors in the business, obviously, the polish of their manuscript. Because Ivan did everything himself, and yet his book is better than our books, and those books are edited by the best professional editors in the business, man. My book's still better than their books. That's how gifted I am. I have the heavenly gift on him, and yeah, I have the heavenly gift that they don't have, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, Ivan, what's that demon face in the sky? What's that demon face in the sky, Ivan? You'll see when we read volume 3, I won't spoil for you. All the answers will come when we read volume 3. I won't spoil for you. All I'm gonna say is you have the ancestors. That's all I'm gonna say in the book when you read it. Obviously, volume 3 answers all your questions. Why that world is the way it is. Why the North is holy. Why the South is cursed. Why do the wolves and bats hate the humans? Um, why that world is the way it is. You get the whole history of it when you read volume 3, and you get a brief history of the line of kings. Ivan, do you have like a chart of the line of kings in your book? No, I don't. But when you read the book, you put everything together and you understand where the line of kings. Obviously, you have 3 lines of kings in my book, as I explained in my board right a couple years ago. Yeah. Oh, my hair fell off. A lot of my hair, like 4 of my hair fell off, man. Yeah. My hair is still good though. I have to get it touched up. Yeah, you have the bat line, the human line, and the wolf line. So you have 3 lines of kings in my book. 3 royal line of kings. Ivan, how long of a history is your book? 1,000 years. That's why my warbling, even though my warbling is amazing and it's deep, it's not as rich as like Game of Thrones, like Lord of the Rings. Like Lord of the Rings, you have like a 4,000 year history, whatever it is. You have the three ages, right? First age, second age, third age. So it's like 3,000, 4,000 years. My book is only 1,000 year history. So it's still a deep world. It's only a 1,000 year history, obviously, my book when you read it. Every generation is 100 years. And Takis was born on the 10th generation, so it's 1,000 years. What about Taki's first? Taki's the first is 9th generation. Eratat is 9th generation. Ephesus is 9th generation. Takis of the full are 10th generation. Takis is the 10th generation. And that generation is the lucky generation. I almost pulled sword for you. Yeah. That's why in the 10th before that's why in the 10th generation, that's when the 10th generation is when shit gets deep and dark. You know what I'm saying? With Eratat Takis also because it's a lucky generation. That's why you have the demon faces appear in the sky and everything. Because they know the 10th generation is a lucky generation. It's a lucky generation, obviously. The other generations were not lucky. I almost pulled sword for you. See, I'm going to read the book. I almost pulled sword for you. Because you guys are probably wondering, what did Tactius the First mean when he looked at that ancestor in the northern sky and he said it's time? What did Tactius mean by that? You'll find out when you read the book. I almost pulled sword for you, man. That's why I ordered Masterpiece, man. Please, I ordered Masterpiece, man. This is Battle of the Rings. I know, Battle of the Rings. Masterpiece, man. Amen. Yeah. I mean, how bad of an embarrassment will it be when you release your book? It'll be an embarrassment whereby, what? All the book nerds around the world who love fantasy, they're all gonna have that feeling. Yeah, like Ivan wrote such an amazing book. His book is not normal. It's unique. And every fantasy book you read now is the letdown. It's a letdown, obviously. It's just because they don't get the same feeling reading those other books. Those books feel regular and normal. Ivan's book feels unique and special and fresh, and the characters are on the page. I don't get that feeling reading other books, and it's a letdown, obviously, when they read the other books. That's how embarrassing it'll be, obviously. Yeah. And a lot of authors and people will be studying. I guarantee you, the snippets I showed you guys, a lot of these booktubers who write books, they probably study the way I write, and they try writing, and they still can't pull it off because they don't have the heavenly gift that I have, obviously. They just don't have the creativity flow that I have. They don't have the creativity flow that I have, obviously. They tried, but I guarantee you some of you guys probably did study my writing a little bit. How the fuck does Ivan do that? And you write the page and it's still dry because you don't have the heavenly gift, guys. Don't hear me saying you don't have the heavenly gift like me. Don't hear me saying, yeah. You don't have the heavenly gift like me, obviously, right? Yeah. Amen. Ivan, show us more. No, guys. 0. I'm not showing you anymore. I don't want to spoil story for you, man. You'll see everything with my book. I already showed you guys, like, I showed you guys many, many, many snippets. Yeah, if you did. Yeah, I showed you guys many snippets of Volume 1, Volume 2, even quite a bit of big scenes. I don't want to spoil too much of the story for you. Soon when you read the book, I won't spoil the story for you. That's why I enjoy Volume 3. I won't spoil the story because Volume 3 is when shit gets real and dark, man. When you read my book, man. It's a masterpiece, my book. Yeah. So Ivan, will be a letdown. Yeah, like when I release, I don't mean to be cocky, guys. When I release my book, it'll be a public embarrassment in the industry, whereby all these famous authors like George R. Martin and Brandon Sanderson, even Brian Durkee's not a big author, but he's a published author. All these authors are gonna be hurt, and they're gonna feel like shit because no author entertained the reader the way Ivan did. Man, Ivan's book was entertaining from page 1 to the last page, and the characters are just jumping out left and right on the page. Our books, we don't get that feeling, and everything you read now is a letdown because Ivan's book was so good. It's a letdown, obviously. That's how sad it'll be. Obviously, it's an embarrassment, obviously, in the industry. I don't mean to be cocky, guys. Just the truth, right? As you guys read such, I'm like, yeah, Ivan. If your whole book is really entertaining like that, man, that will be an embarrassment. Yeah, it'll be an embarrassment in the industry. And all these fantasy books that come out, all the fans read it, like, yeah, this is good, but man, it's not like Ivan's book. I don't get the same feeling. It's a letdown. Yeah, it's a letdown because these books are all normal. They're regular. They're regular books. My book is irregular, right? Because I have to have me get doing. I'm saying, yeah. The books feel normal with my book, right? I know how you feel, guys. I had that same feeling too. That's why I've been bragging to you guys for years that my story is unique. It's better than Lord of the Rings, because while I was writing my book, I was reading Lord of the Rings, and when I read my book, I read Lord of the Rings, I get a different feeling. Lord of the Rings is higher quality with the richness of the words, the speech, the descriptions of the lands, but it still feels dry and dull. It's not as entertaining. Masterpiece, obviously, but a little bit boring and dry. My book is not like that. And I'm a much more simpler writer than George R. Martin and J.R. Tolkien and Brandon Sanderson. Those guys know how to write all these big words, but yet my story is so more entertaining. Yeah, I mean, your writing is simple. Like when you describe stuff, it's very simple, but like it's fucking entertaining. Ivan, like it's a fun read. It's just so entertaining. I know. And I'm hooked reading. Yeah, you're hooked reading it. You're turning the page for hours. I look at seconds then. Just turn the page. So then, yeah. It's a masterpiece, man. Yeah. Xanus is money. You know. Xanus is money, man. Yeah, man. It's money. Little Nightmares 3 is coming out tomorrow, guys. Rabbi's covering that game. I'm so gonna watch that. I'll watch it in the evening around maybe like 7, 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock at night, I'll watch it. Little Nightmares 3 tomorrow. Yeah. I have hiccups, guys. Yeah, Ivan, I see what you're saying. When you made that video like 4 years ago, you on your board, you talked about how when you release Xanus, all the authors are gonna feel like shit, man, and how your characters are jump on the page and your story is unique. We now will see what you're saying, Ivan. We thought you were bluffing. Yeah, you guys probably thought my book wasn't this good, right? Maybe Ivan's just cocky, he's biased, and once you read it, you're like, holy shit. Ivan's book's unique. There's something different about it, and his characters jump on the page left and right. Yeah. Even when the people whisper, like it automatically flows with the whispering, right? God, how the fuck you do that, man? Like, yeah, like whenever you say they whisper, all of a sudden, like when we read it, the characters automatically whisper in our head when we read. Like, how the fuck you do it, Ivan? I don't know, man. It's a gift, man. It's a gift that my father gave me. It's magic. I don't know, magic. It's a magic gift that I have. I don't know. No, it's not magic, but it's just a gift that I have. It's a gift, obviously. Yeah, only comes in now. Yeah, yeah. I hope I get my check tomorrow, Friday, man. I hope I get it at least Friday. If I don't get the check Friday, I'll have no money, man. Yeah, man. This is the stupid strike. The post office is on strike right now. I hope they're not on strike till next week. Otherwise, I'm not going to get the mail. Obviously. I want to act in movies and write books on the side. I could do that, but I'll be stressed out. Obviously, and being an author is not my dream. And if it's being a movie star at BJ, it's not being an author. I only wrote Xanus, guys, because I have no choice. The gatekeepers locked everything on me. They locked the doors on me. That's why I wrote the book, obviously. Otherwise, I never would have wrote Xanus, right? I'm not gonna lie, man. I had a blast writing Last of Xanus. It was an amazing experience writing the book. I had a blast writing it, but it's not my dream being an author. My dream is being a movie star at BJ. It's not being an author. That's some Sarah. Yeah. I will also be an embarrassment in Hollywood. It'll be mainly an embarrassment in the book business. In the book publishing business, it'll be an embarrassment when I release my book. But it'll also be an embarrassment in Hollywood because it'll finally hit all the screenwriters, the executives, and the producers, the directors, and actors' mind in Hollywood. Yeah, if Ivan turns this into a movie and he puts all that change towards the movie, I don't know, $3 billion budget for Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson, this is going to be the greatest movie just ever made. Yeah, it'll be better than even Dune 2, The Dark Knight, Avengers, and yeah, if you think Avengers, Endgame, and Infinity War are good, Xanus blows out of the water. It's much better than even those movies. As Avengers and Avengers, the Marvel movies are not necessarily masterpieces, right? They're just good, fun, entertaining movies. But a lot of the Marvel movies are not really masterpieces. Black Panther is arguably, in terms of story, one of the greatest Marvel movies. In terms of story, Infinity War was very good. Endgame I did not like, but the Marvel movies are not like masterpieces, right? They're good movies, but they're not like masterpieces. You guys know what I'm saying? They're just entertaining good movies, but they're not necessarily masterpieces. Few of them are, but I mean, they're just fun, good movies. Whereas Lord of the Rings is actually a masterpiece. Lord of the Rings is better than all the Marvel movies, obviously, right? It's better than the Marvel movies, obviously. Yeah, it'll finally hit all those people in Hollywood their minds. Yeah, Ivan, this will be the greatest movie you ever made. Yeah, it'll be the greatest movie you ever made. If you do everything right, right? You have to write a good script. Don't shy away from the DNA of the plot, of the story. Hence why I want to co-write with Peter. That way we don't shy away from the plot of the story. And you have everything to be devils and demons, and you have amazing battle scenes, amazing world building, and I act as Prince Taki, as Vijay Lithia. It'll be the best movie you've ever made. Nothing will beat that. I believe the book cannot be beat. You cannot beat Xanus. It's too good, too entertaining. Characters jumping on the page left and right. You can't beat that. And the movie, you can't beat that either. Xanus is pure cinema, man. It's cinema. You have an amazing score, too. Have Hans Zimmer compose an amazing score. Like, his name is Tactius. His name is Tactius. Oh, shelter him, Lord. Shelter him, Lord. Adonai is time to shelter him, Lord. Oh, shelter him, Lord. Shelter him. Here's Ivan. That's a beautiful song. I know. You're a genius. I'm a creative genius. I know. That's a beautiful song. Put that in the movie. I know, Peter. It's a masterpiece, man. You have to have an amazing score too, right? Tell Hans Zimmer, I want a better score than Howard Shore's Lord of the Rings. Okay, Ivan. You want something like, yeah, obviously. Have singers sing the Shelter Hymn song. Yeah, I want you guys to sing the Shelter Hymn song. Oh, okay, Ivan, yeah. When do you want to play the scene? I'll tell the editors, okay, play the Shelter Hymn song when Queen Sarah is about to give birth to Tactius the second, obviously. And play the Shelter Hymn song when Tactius fights Eratat. And the Ephesus song, you can play the other song. Remember that? Yeah, you can play that song in the Ephesus scene. Here's man. Look, this is gonna be powerful. I know, man. This is a powerful story. I know, Peter. This is Lord of the Rings. I know, but it's Lord of the Rings. Masterpiece, man. Masterpiece, yeah, man. Yeah. That's why you're welcome, VJ, man. It's because of me you live this life, man. You're welcome, man. That's why VJ will appreciate me so much, I'm saying, yeah. She'll appreciate me for what I did for her, man. And I wrote the masterpiece. And I made the billions for me and you. That's why it's fair. I choose where we live. We live in African Canada. Yeah, it's fair, yes. Everything else is you talk it over. Me and VJ only have to talk it over with the big stuff, right? The big stuff, obviously. As my money is her money, she can do whatever she wants to do with the money. But if you want to get something very expensive, VJ, you gotta talk it over with me. And vice versa, I'll talk it over with you. Like if VJ wants to buy a ski resort or a cottage or something like that, I recommend you talk that over with me, VJ. which we're not going to do because I don't want to waste money. Instead of buying a ski resort, we can just go to the place and just rent it out for 2 weeks. That way we don't waste money. There's nothing worse than buying a ski resort, which we easily afford because we're multi-billionaires, and buying a cottage and we barely even visit the ski resort and the cottage and we just wasted our money. So I'm saying, I don't want to waste money. Ivan, are you going to own multiple condos around the world? No, I'm not. Why the heck would I do that when I can just stay at Suites with VJ? It's cheaper that way, right? Instead of paying, I don't know, $10 million for a condo in America, in Europe, and we barely even go to those condos. So we just wasted our money. Because, yeah, Ivan, you got a good point there. Yeah, we can just stay at resorts. Yeah, we can easily rent a penthouse. We can stay at resorts. We can rent the whole thing for ourselves for like 2-3 weeks. It's easier that way. That way we don't waste money. Sarah, stay at the best suites in the world, hotel suites in the world. That's better than just buying a bunch of condos all over the world, right? Otherwise, you're wasting money because you're barely even staying in those condos and you're paying your fees every month, man. Yeah, that's why I'm not going to do that, obviously. The only house I'm going to own is my $1 billion house with VJ. Everything else, we just stay at suites. We rent a resort. And it's easier that way. That way we don't waste money, VJ. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Sarah? Yeah. So Ivan, Xanus is pure art. Yeah, Xanus is cinema on the page, man. Especially when you read Volume 3, it's cinema. Cinema, man. It's pure cinema. My book will be getting, like, perfect reviews, man. 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5 reviews. For books, it's usually out of 5, but sometimes they have 10 out of 10s. Some critics will be calling my book the perfect novel, the perfect fantasy novel. Xanus is pretty much the perfect fantasy novel, right? But it has its flaws. Every book has its flaws, but it's an amazing novel, man. When you read it. Masterpiece, man. I mean, masterpiece. It's a masterpiece when you read it, my book. I mean, Xanus is money. That's why the gates weren't controlled, Ivan. Because they know you did it. You wrote a masterpiece. Yo, Ivan's book is going to be more popular than fucking Harry Potter, man. He's going to make his billions off that, and he can start his own films with VJ and make the movie, yes, for $3 billion, more than their Hollywood movies, right? You can make the game for $550 million. You can sell the merch on Amazon, sign that Mega 910 with Amazon VJ. They know that. That's why they want me to sell. So they can guard the door on my career and dupe me and destroy my relationship with my wife. I'm not selling. Zero. That money should be is not where you're not touching it. There we go. So, yeah, you have your money. I have mine. It's fair. There we go. Yeah, we know that, but we don't want anyone controlling our money in this world. Yeah, no one in this world deserves to control their own money, but I do because I'm God. I created this place. You didn't. And so I have every right to control my money, man. You didn't create this place, man. I did. Me and you did the rightful heirs, not you. You're not God, man. You may be the God of the money system world, but you're not the true God who created the universe, man. Yeah. You and VJ are the true heirs. And they know that. They're just blinded by their envy. Yeah, we know it, but we're envious, man. We don't want you being that rich with BJ. So it's okay for you to make your trillions when you didn't even create the universe, but it's not okay for the person who created the universe to make his billions in the world that he created. Like, yeah, it may be your house, you own the largest in the world, but you did not create this place. Me and BJ did. And so we're the rightful heirs, not you. There you go. Don't hate him, son. Yeah. We know it, but we're envious, man. Yeah, you're envious. Just like Satan is envious of Jesus. He killed Jesus when Jesus came down to earth as a baby, obviously. The demonic horde possessed the humans. They used human agents to put Jesus to the cross, obviously. As I believe, when Jesus went to the cross, that's when all hell broke loose, and all those people who were saying crucify him and all this other, they're all demonized and they're possessed by devils, obviously. The Romans who whipped Jesus were possessed by devils. As it says in the Bible, that the rulers of this world were ignorant. Had they known, they never would have crucified the Lord of glory. But no, in the Bible will you read where it says Satan killed Jesus directly. No, the Romans and the Jews put him to death. So obviously, they were used by the demonic horde to put Jesus to death. They were demon possessed. Is that a good answer, Sam? Yeah, Ivan, that's true. They're possessed by devils. Yeah, Sam, they're possessed by devils, obviously. Yeah, Ivan, that's how you put scripture together. That's how you put scripture together, Sarah. Yeah. Satan hates God. Just like the gatekeepers hate me and my wife, obviously. They envy the fact that we're God and we're the true heirs, not them. That's why they all feel their envy and they lock doors on us and cause us mess, obviously. They envy you. They envy me with relationship and they envy our well. That's why they lock doors on us. That's why God programmed our mind with the keys to the kingdom, obviously. I'm Sarah. Yeah. Almost done, guys. Yeah, man. Yeah. So I've on Lord of the Rings Reddit. Sometimes I check Lord of the Rings Reddit. Lord of the Rings Reddit is a Reddit forum, obviously, where all the Lord of the Rings fans, movie fans, and book fans. A lot of the fans they always post quotes from the book and everything. Lord of the Rings by far is much higher quality than my book in terms of the richness of the speech. Tolkien was a genius at the richness of the speech and the in-depth history and the in-depthness of his world building. It's better than my book. But even though it's better than my book, higher quality in that sense, it feels dry when I read it. And I read my book, it's more simple, but it feels like life has been on the pages. It's just more entertaining. I get a more entertaining feel when I read it. Lord of the Rings, you don't get that same feeling. That's why my book is better than Lord of the Rings. And all you Lord of the Rings fans, right, don't talk about, yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. We read symbols of your book, man. Your book is more entertaining than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's more entertaining than Lord of the Rings, guys. I told you it's better than Lord of the Rings. I wasn't playing around, guys. I wasn't lying. I'm telling you the truth. It's better than Lord of the Rings. You guys read it, right? It's better book than Lord of the Rings. There you go. Don't even say, yeah. But some of those fans might like Lord of the Rings better, right? And even though Ivan's book was fucking amazing, it's a bit raw. I like Lord of the Rings better. Yeah, if you like Lord of the Rings better, I understand. I'm not gonna judge you for it. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, right? Art hits everyone different ways, don't it? So, yeah. Art hits everyone different ways. You think your book blows these books out of the water? I don't mean to be an asshole. It kind of does, yeah. Because when I read my book, I'm hooked like for hours reading it. Like I can read, I can binge my whole book in one day, man. I don't get that same feeling with these books. I can't binge these books in all in one day. I can binge maybe 80 pages, 100 pages. With my book, you can binge it for hours. But I think blowing it out of the water was a bit of a stretch. I don't want to be cocky, but it's a better book, man. It's a better book than those books, obviously. Those books feel normal according to my book. They're not. My book is unique. Their book is normal, right? Yeah, I don't even say yeah. And those guys had help. Don't forget that from the best editors in the business, right? Don't forget that, right? Well, I did everything myself with no help. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't get it. Like these authors write even better dialogue than your book. Yeah, the dialogue that these authors like Jared Tolkien, Brad Sanders, and George R. R. Martin write better dialogue than even me, man. In terms of the richness of the words and everything, but yet their book doesn't feel fresh. It doesn't. It's not as entertaining, and yet my book is more simple. It's still the more entertaining read because I have the heavenly gift, and I'm also a simple writer. I'm not. I don't have the big USB to know all these big English words. That's why when I describe stuff in my book, it's very simple when I describe it compared to these other books. Yeah, it's still more entertaining because I have the heavenly gift. Yeah, like, it's more simple, but like it's still more entertaining. Ivan, like the characters jump on the page left and right. How the fuck you do that? Ivan? I don't know. It's a gift, guys. I don't like do it, man. It's a heavenly gift that my father gave me, right? Yeah, I don't need him somehow. Sarah.